Welcome to The Marrow, conversations with creatives about who they are and why they make what they make. I'm your host, Josh Reebok. Today I'm speaking with designer and builder Chris Kofitsas. How did you get started in this incredible world that you're in, Chris?
I went to school, for architecture, but before that, my dad was a builder, so
Okay.
I've always learned to do things with my hands. Doing drawings when I was young. I used to love doodling. My dad passed away when I was about 16 years old. Because my dad passed away so abruptly, I was given the opportunity to take any classes I want that semester. I basically had a semester off, so I was free to explore. So I took an architecture class, and when I tell you, Josh, I immediately fell in love. There's a lot of ways to tackle a problem.
Yeah.
And that process fascinated me. When I start working on a project, I fantasize about how people will use the space. It really inspires me, and it really pushes my pencil, so to speak.
How do you navigate art and creative preferences amidst the restraints of necessary structural integrity in the things that you're making?
I'm designing a custom home right now in Boston. The house is perched on a cliff that's overlooking the ocean, and I wanted the house to appear as if it's floating. The whole thing is to have the structure sort of become the artwork. But the structure is an integral part of every building, and if you look at it as an obstacle, you're never going to have harmony.
One place in particular is called Flash Factory. There's a wall of 19th century convent doors.
Right.
And then behind the bar, it's like all stained glass. And then one of the images is of this bearded, scowling, dark, kind of Procrustean monk.
The people who go to that establishment, music is their church. And we scoured different avenues to get all types of church-inspired elements and kind of bring them all together into one space.
How much does the kind of atmosphere of a city play into how you approach?
So I'm just going to give you an example for Catch LA. I wanted the experience to feel like you're in a garden. I always wanted to have a restaurant, dining amongst the flowers kind of thing, and that's what we did at Catch.
Even if the lights go out, even in the summer rain, even if the sun comes out, ooh, we keep on dancing, keep on, even if the lights go out, even if the road is long, even if our heart is broken, oh, we keep on dancing.
What's the best compliment, Chris, that someone can give you about your work?
I'm putting the finishing touches at Catch, and some of the things I actually like to physically do myself. So I designed these light fixtures that have ivy growing all over them. So I wanted the ivy to hang in a certain way, so I got up on a ladder and I did it myself. And they were holding interviews, and this one girl came in. I was on a ladder. I was about 10 feet, 12 feet away from her. And she gave just an organic response, like, "Oh my God, this place is amazing." She had no idea who I was. Yeah. And that, to me, was the best candid compliment I could ever get. All the other things that come associated with putting together a 12,000 square foot restaurant, But at that moment, it makes it all incredibly worth it.
Yeah. Is there one moment or one project that you're most proud of?
What I'm most proud of is sharing mutual inspirations and carving them out for people, and becoming lifelong friends. Doug Jacob, who is one of the owners of Toro, we were sitting outside on a table somewhere, and I was like, I just want to tell you guys, we met through business, we've done our projects together, and here we are, we're still amazing friends because of it. Let's just take a second and cheers to that.
I love that.
Because if it wasn't for our passion in what we do in work, we wouldn't have had these personal relationships.
Back bar, we have the wall of live ivy. which is,
Yeah,
I mean,
Wisteria,
which,
yeah.
which is even more remarkable because it's in this context of Manhattan, and you really do feel like you've kind of stepped into this like other dimension.
Yeah, so Back Bar was inspired by walking through the streets of Barcelona.
What for you continues your momentum, not only just to keep working, but to keep seeking great work?
Exploring and doing things that I haven't done before, that's really inspiring for me. If something is successful, to me, it doesn't mean I need to copy it over and over
Yes.
again. You know, I just want to do
Yeah.
something different.
New World Design Builders. I would encourage everybody, please, go to the website, newworlddesignbuilders.com, and just look. Thank you so much, Chris,
It's a
for
pleasure, man.
being on the Marrow. Please come
Pleasure.
back sometime.
Yeah,
you
well,
really
thank
are
you.
inspiring. Thanks so much, Chris.
Josh, thanks.
Thanks so much for listening to The Marrow. To find me on social media for upcoming live appearances or to buy a book, you can visit joshreebach.com. But please join me again next week.